The room felt colder than it should have, the silence thick enough to swallow. Tara's hands trembled as she stared at the packed bags, ready for the family reunion she'd been counting down to for months. The scent of rain hung in the air, a damp, earthy aroma that contrasted sharply with the sterile medical center smell she'd just left. Her Rachel's voice echoed faintly. "Nana needs you, honey." But her words sounded hollow now, like a broken record. What was it about that urgency? Was it genuine concern, or something darker? Tara's heart pounded, a sick feeling creeping up her throat. Her mind replayed her Rachel's voice, the way she'd sounded so worried. Yet, something wasn't sitting right. Just hours ago she'd been excited, dreaming of lakeside dinners, family stories, lazy afternoons. Now? She had the feeling she'd been lied to, deliberately kept in the dark. Her eyes shifted to her phone, buzzing with that one social media notification she couldn't ignore. Sophie, her little sister, had posted a photo. The caption, "Best family vacation ever. So blessed to have such an amazing family." Tara's stomach sank. She stared at the image, her parents, Sophie, aunt, uncle, smiling, glass in hand, on a family reunion ship deck. Wait. This was happening while she was sitting here, fighting her way through medical center officials, wondering if her Nana was even alive. The nerve. The betrayal cut deeper than any cut she'd ever known. They'd gone on a trip without her. Used Nana's supposed health scare as an excuse to leave her behind. All while she sat here, in the dark, feeling like she'd been played. She rubbed her arms, her mind racing. Why? How? Had she been naive to trust them? Was her entire family built on secrets? Every second that passed, the weight of her isolation pressed harder. They lied. They hid the truth. And now, she had to face what that meant, not just for Nana, but for everything she thought she knew about her family, herself, and the real fight to reclaim what's rightfully hers. I drove to Nana's house, tears streaming down my face, the road blurring as the storm outside echoed my heartache. To my surprise, her lights glowed warmly against the rainy night. When I knocked, she opened the door, looking perfectly healthy, more confused than anything. "Tara, what's wrong, sweetheart?" Nana asked, pulling me into a comforting embrace. The familiar scent of her lavender perfume triggered fresh tears as we sank into the coziness of her living room. With a shaky breath, I poured out everything. The family reunion, the lies, the social media posts that shattered my trust. "I don't understand," I whimpered, wiping my eyes. "Why would they do this? Why lie about you being sick?" Nana's expression shifted, disappointment flickering across her face. All my life, she had treated Sophie and me equally, but my parents were a different story. Growing up in Philadelphia, I watched them shower my little sister with praise and privileges. Dance lessons? Money appeared. College tuition, I was left scrambling for loans. The contrast was stark. I remembered all those times I spent with Nana, grocery runs, doctor's appointments, afternoons flipping through old photo albums, while Sophie rarely visited unless she needed cash. Yet somehow she remained the golden child in my parents' eyes. "I had a call from your mother last week," Nana revealed, her voice tight with anger. "She asked me to play along if you stopped by. Pretend I was in the medical center. I refused, of course, but I had no clue they'd actually go through with this scheme." The weight of it all hung heavy. "The family reunion tickets weren't cheap," I replied, emotions boiling over. "Nearly $2,000 a person for a week in paradise. I saved for months at my accounting job, picking up extra shifts. Were they planning to ditch me this whole time? Did my ticket funds pay for someone else's cabin?" "What hurts the most," I continued, staring at my hands clenched tightly in my lap, "is that they didn't even need a grand excuse. They could have just told me they didn't want me there." As I sat there, a storm of emotions swept through me, layering anxiety with a desperate sense of abandonment. What else were they hiding? What other secrets lurked in the shadows of my family? The truth felt like a distant whisper, waiting for me to finally listen. Themselves, leaving me out in the cold. They took your trust and turned it into a lie, Nana said, her voice steady but filled with sorrow. They thought they could keep you in the dark, but you deserved to know the truth. I felt a chill run down my spine. How could they betray me like this? The betrayal stung deeper than any physical wound. I had always been the dedicated caregiver, the one who held the family together. Yet, here I was, the one left behind. As I stared at the photos, the laughter of my family echoed in my mind, a haunting reminder of the love I thought we shared. Why would they do this? I whispered, my voice trembling. Why not just tell me the truth? Nana squeezed my hand tighter, her grip a lifeline in the storm of emotions swirling around me. Sometimes, Lila, people are afraid of the truth. They think it's easier to hide behind a facade. I took a deep breath, the scent of lavender filling my lungs, grounding me. But I can't just let this go. I need to confront them. Nana nodded, her eyes fierce with determination. You have every right to stand up for yourself. You deserve answers. With each passing moment, my resolve grew stronger. I wouldn't let their deception define me. I would seek the truth, not just for myself, but for the integrity of our family. As I prepared to face my parents, I felt a mix of fear and courage. What would I say? How would they react? But deep down, I knew I had to do this. I had to protect my grandmother, to preserve the trust that had been shattered. The rain began to fall outside, the scent of wet earth filling the air. It felt like a cleansing, washing away the lies that had clouded my family's bond. I was ready to confront the storm, to uncover the secrets that had been hidden for too long. Let's do this, I said, my voice steady. Nana smiled, her pride shining through the pain. Together, we would face the truth, no matter how painful it might be. Lila Monroe sat in her dimly lit apartment, the weight of betrayal heavy in the air. The scent of rain wafted through the window, mingling with the musty smell of old paper. Her heart raced as she clutched the manila envelope, her fingers trembling. Inside lay the truth, a bitter revelation that shattered her perception of family. Why did everything change? She whispered, her voice barely audible over the pounding of her heart. The shadows danced ominously on the walls, mirroring the turmoil within her. Each document felt like a dagger, piercing through years of loyalty and love. Memories of family gatherings now tainted by deception flooded her mind. Nana's voice echoed in her ears, steady yet filled with sorrow. They took your trust and turned it into a lie. You deserved to know the truth. Lila felt a chill run down her spine. How could they betray her like this? She had always been the dedicated caregiver, the one who held the family together. Yet, here she was, left behind. Why would they do this? She murmured, her voice trembling. Why not just tell me the truth? Nana squeezed her hand tighter, a lifeline in the storm of emotions swirling around them. Sometimes, Lila, people are afraid of the truth. They think it's easier to hide behind a facade. The rain began to fall outside, the scent of wet earth filling the air. It felt like a cleansing, washing away the lies that had clouded her family's bond. But I can't just let this go. I need to confront them. Nana nodded, her eyes fierce with determination. You have every right to stand up for yourself. You deserve answers. With each passing moment, Lila's resolve grew stronger. She wouldn't let their deception define her. She would seek the truth, not just for herself, but for the integrity of their family. The next morning, as she sifted through Nana's documentation, her phone lit up with a text from Sophie. Rachel said, "You're spreading lies about us. Why can't you just be happy for once instead of trying to ruin everything?" Anger bubbled inside her. They were still trying to make her the villain, even after what they'd done. Instead of responding, Lila did something she'd never dared before. She posted the truth on social media. Funny how being lied to about my grandmother being hospitalized just so my family could exclude me from a vacation somehow makes me the problem, she wrote, attaching Sophie's best vacation photo. Even funnier how the family reunion was paid for with money that was meant to include me. As she hit send, a wave of relief washed over her. The truth was out there, and she was ready to face whatever came next. I sit alone in my kitchen, the dim glow of the street lamp outside casting shadows on the worn countertops. The scent of burnt coffee lingers, bitterness filling my nose as I stare down at my phone. The screen pulses with notifications, chaos swirling in comments. Friends, family, strangers, all shocking, angry, confused, and I wonder, how did it come to this? How did the person I trusted most become a stranger? My brain flashes back, childhood memories flooding in, the warm laughter in Nana's living room, trust so thick I could almost taste it. But now, everything's cold. The warmth is gone, replaced by that sting of betrayal, like a shard of ice in my chest. What's real anymore? Who's been hiding? What? I feel my heart pounding, each beat echoing the chaos in my mind. Is anyone who they said they were, or was I just blinded by love? I remember her voice, steady, gentle. You deserve to know the truth. That's what Nana told me before she whispered the secrets they'd kept from me. Secrets so heavy, they changed everything. Now, sitting here, alone with that truth in my hands, I know I can't go back. Not anymore. I have to face it, whatever comes next. The scan trembled in Tara's trembling hands, the flickering glow of her phone casting sharp shadows on the old desk. In the dim light, she traced the faded lines of the trust agreement, heart pounding so loud she wondered if the entire room could hear it. Then, everything froze. In the folded corner of the page, hidden beneath the legal jargon, was a crumpled, unsigned letter. A confession. The words from her grandfather's trusted attorney, ink faded but unmistakable. He had secretly changed the beneficiary, just weeks before he died. The silence in her mind shattered. The truth wasn't buried in dusty papers. It was alive, dangerous, and it was waiting to topple everything she believed in. Her breath caught, then hitched. Was her family trustworthy at all? How could her own blood hide such secrets? The trust that should have been her safety net was laced with betrayal, her heart racing like it was about to leap out of her chest. This wasn't just about money. It was about trust, shattered into pieces, scattered behind the walls she thought protected her. And now, she knew. The quiet facade of her family's perfect image was just that. A mask. Beneath it lurked deception, darker than she'd ever imagined. How far did this go? Who else was part of it? And what would her next move be? The fight for her truth was just beginning. The scent of rain lingered in the air, a humid rush that mixed with the faint leaf rustle outside Nana's house. My mind drifted right back to that tiny, cozy kitchen, the way sunlight spilled through the window casting flickering shadows on the old wooden table. I remember Nana clutching that folder so tight, her trembling hands betraying her calm voice. You deserve to know the truth, she whispered. Every page I uncovered, my heartbeat roared louder, drowning out everything but that rush of anger and a fierce resolve. How could they hide this from me? What else was buried beneath their smiling masks? Inside that paper, I saw the cracks, the secrets that could shatter everything I thought I knew. The trust, a safety net, was a lie. My family's web of deception wrapped tight around me. That moment in Nana's kitchen with the warm scent of coffee fading into that cold realization. Something had shifted forever. The fight for trust, for clarity, had just begun. How far does this darkness go, and what am I willing to risk to find the truth? The text from Sophie tightly in my hand, the words burning like a brand. This is my company now. I shot back, my voice steady despite the storm brewing inside me. You think you can just walk away with everything? Not on my watch. The air was thick with tension, the kind that makes your skin prickle. My heart raced as I stepped closer, the scent of rain mixing with the sharp tang of betrayal. I could see the panic flicker in my father's eyes, the way he shifted his weight, trying to regain control. But this time, I wouldn't let him. You're making a mistake, Lila, he warned, his voice low and dangerous. But I could feel the cracks in his facade. The truth was a weapon, and I was ready to wield it. Am I? I challenged, my pulse pounding in my ears. Or are you the one making a mistake by underestimating me? Sophie's nervous glances only fueled my resolve. I could sense the weight of the moment, the stakes rising higher with every heartbeat. This wasn't just about family anymore. It was about justice. As I stood there, the rain began to fall, each drop a reminder of the storm I was stepping into. Would I uncover the truth before it was too late, or would I watch everything I loved slip away? The clock was ticking, and I was ready to fight for what was rightfully mine. With a deep breath, I took a step forward, ready to confront the lies that had haunted me for too long. The battle for my family's legacy was just beginning, and I was determined to emerge victorious. But would I be able to handle the fallout? The truth was out there, waiting for me to grasp it, and I wouldn't stop until I did. Standing in that dimly lit room, the air thick with the scent of aged wood and fading memories, I felt the weight of betrayal settle deep in my chest. My family's lies, like shadows curling around me, refusing to let go. Tears welled up, blurring my vision as I replayed the deception. Lies spun in whispers, secrets kept behind closed doors. Yet, amidst the chaos, something flickered inside, dull but fierce. Nana's hand, warm and steady, gripped mine tightly, grounding me when everything else felt like slipping away. She whispered, "You've turned their betrayal into something positive." Her words hit hard, like a rainstorm washing over dried earth, and suddenly I realized I wasn't just a victim. I was stronger. I had a purpose. The past was a storm, but I was ready to face whatever came next. Every tear, every heartbreak, fuel for the fight. Would I finally uncover the truth, or lose everything I hold dear? The storm's not over yet. The truth's out there, and I won't stop until I find it.